Hello and welcome to First Floor Audio. Winding down now on the amount of tracks I've got to do. So tonight's track will be track number 98. Can you believe it? 98. So only 3 more to go and we're done. You know, I'm still writing here. See, I'll do a nice long song so it gives people a chance to get in. And you come in at the last minute. Hey? Hey? I don't know. It's giving me a hard time. I don't know. So, how you doing? Are you alright? I hope you're all well. I've had a very chilled day today. Yeah, been out and about and that, but, you know, normal sort of day, really. Chilled, laid back. I hope your day's gone really well, everybody. I'm sure it has. Sure you've been fine, haven't you? Who's on to who? What, you're on, what? What have I done? What have I done? I don't know. Anyway, hello Henry. How you doing, buddy? Hello, Steve. Love to Nicole and Holden. Good to see you, buddy. Henry, first one in. Hello, bud. Again. Well, I've got to do you twice, see, because there's no one here. Isn't that right, John Keller? All right, John Keller. Good to see you, mate. Oh, look, and John Keller's here as well. Look. There you go. Yes. Yes. And hello, Steve. God, fancy seeing you here, mate. Sophie Littleford. Hello, dear. Are you well? Are you all right? How you doing? All right? How's sunny Bournemouth? All right? It's been lovely days, isn't it? We've had a few lovely days. I don't know what it's been like up there, but it can't be much different to down here in Southampton, like 30 miles away. You know? Can't be that different. Tell me, what's the weather been like up there? I mean, let's just do it. Let's do it. The most generic conversation you can have. What's the weather like where you're from when it's been mainly cloudy and rainy up here in the north? No? Okay. Not getting any reactions, am I? You've all left. I can't say I blame you. Oh, well, sucks to be me. Sunny, but inside making bed at Causeway Pub. Oh, yeah. Oh, at a pub, eh? I see how it is. Getting sloshed, are we? Hey? So, you're at work then? Is that what you're saying? And you're listening to me on your phone? Is that what you're doing? So, do I have to keep you company while you work? Is that what it is? You got headphones in? Will you get told off for watching YouTube? Hey? You're doing some chambermaiding, are you? Is that what you're doing? Tell me. I'm interested. I am genuinely interested. You know? It's hard work, mate, that is. Hard work. If that's what you're doing, cool. If not, and you're just doing it just to help out, cool. If you're just doing it for free beer, cool. I thought it was funny, you know. Right, let's get this thing business done. Because you know how it always plays up when I first start, so. There we go. There we go. Cool. Lovely job, Lee. Stretch that out. Stretch that out over there. Pause it up. Get the chat from over here. The traditional goal has been set, as per norm. I don't know who this normal bloke is, because that's not me, clearly. Let's move this across here. Boom, bumpity boom. So all this setting up I've still got to do whilst I'm live. I mean, I'd have this all set up, but this is the screen that I share. So it's kind of hard. Right, where are we? Oh yeah, there we go. 325. There you go. Add that as well. There we go. And we're all ready to go. Apart from this. So, last Tuesday's, what's that? I wish I'm a chambermaid. I did say, didn't I? You're a chambermaid. There you go. I said, were you doing some chambermaiding? Ah, right, yeah, okay. Yeah, at the back of Herne Airport. Okay, I get you. I get you, Sophie. Yeah, see? Yeah. That's what I said, wasn't it? You was doing a bit of chambermaiding. But I bet you wish you was getting free beer. Or wine, whatever you drink. I don't know what you drink. Please don't tell me gin and tonic. Ugh, gin. Loads of girls like gin. I don't know what it is. Oh. I stick to my Jamesons, thank you very much. I was going to have a Jamesons tonight, actually, Jamesons and Coke, but I didn't bother. But anyway, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's play what we wrote last week. Well, what I wrote last week. You took part by hanging out and keeping me company, which I really appreciate, because I know how slow sometimes the writing process can be for you guys. But you know, you got each other to chat to. You know, get to know each other. You know, share stories, of which that I hope that I catch and can share on screen. Yeah, so track 97, Back Alley Brawl. Now, Kafida did tell me the name of the person again who come up with that title. I can't for the life of me remember their name. But hey, it is what it is, isn't it? You know, I've got a lot to remember here. You know. Anyway, let's play this. This is, like I said, Back Alley Brawl. Cool. See, wasn't that awful, was it? When you consider the length of time that's spent on it, you know, it's. I know I've said it every single show, and I will just say it on every show. It's not about it being the next greatest tune. It's not about me going, oh, look how great I am at writing tunes. It's not about that. It's just literally about showing the process. The happenstance of it being a tune that's listenable is an added bonus. You know, not all of them are. I don't think. You know, but some of them are quite okay, considering they're just, you know, thrown together within an hour and a half. I mean, you know, if I had one of those groove machines that a lot of people do, you know, where they just have a loop thing and they do it, you know, do it with their voice or whatever. I mean, I could write a tune in 20 seconds, you know, 30 seconds, doing it like that. But this is really as well supposed to be for if anybody who doesn't know how to use a DAW program, if they come and just watched enough shows, you'd get the idea of what I'm doing anyway, and you could just pick it up. The same way, that's how I picked it up, by just looking over the shoulder of my friend when he was doing things. I just took notice, you know. Anything else extra that needs to be done, that's when the experimental stage for yourself comes into it, because you need to, you know, be able to experiment yourself. I make sure that's all ready to go as well. Right, so let's wipe this off. Let's stop it first. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Let's wipe this lot off. The date today's the 18th. Okay. Save as. Track 98. Show 100 and 119. 400. I should say 419. And 18th. 18th of March. My wife had a fabulous birthday as well, by the way, on Sunday. It was great. She had a great time. Lots of candles. Let's save that. Tales of the Sonic Voyage. Hello, Terry Brown. How you doing, mate? It's downtown Terry Brown. Like I say, let's get on with this. Now I encourage you to think of a title to give this before we've even started, because that's always a good thing. Faster or slower? Let's have a listen. That's an odd number. Let's do that. You wouldn't even guess the number. Let's cover it up. You can't see it. See, you'll only be able to see that anyway if you've got it on a big screen. Because I struggle even on my large monitors. I've got 3 27-inch monitors. And even as clear as like my middle one's my highest resolution one. But I can barely read it. But anyway, it's 219 beats per minute. So I don't know what I'm going to do as per normal. Let's turn off my piano. Well, turn down my piano. Anyway, so the first bit I've done it anyway, so I've got the tune out that I want. Let's see where it goes. I'll have to correct it as always. Make sure that overlaps so you get the sweep. Very important. Take that over just slightly. Keeping it simple, you know? Keeping it simple because, like I said, it's about the process, not about the how great the tune is. So, you know, obviously this is the step right and process, which you can see what it is. It's a 4-bar beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. I think right, let's check it out. So I like that, Henry. Space dolphins. Okay. I shall save that. There you go. We'll call it space dolphins. So let's see if I can add some strangeness to this. I don't think I'll be using that particular sound again, even though it's tempting. It's tempting purely because the space dolphins thing. That's doubled up somewhere. Oh, it's not. Oh, okay. Let's take that there. Let's change the instrument. Oh, that's not how you do it, Lee. How'd you do it again? Oh, yeah. You thought it tricked me. You thought it got me, didn't you? Well, you're wrong. Synth rhythms. There we go. Now, what's this one called? 18. Pulsing R. Right, okay. So it's pulsing R. Let's look for that, and we'll just go down one from that. That's weird. Right, there it is. Right, so okay, there. Oh, that's quite nuts. D-Rock, hello, buddy. How you doing, mate? Ah, nice to see you on a Tuesday, mate. I missed you, mate. I missed you. Ah, dear. Right, well, oh yeah, I was doing this, wasn't I? So what was I, where am I? Oh yeah. Let's take this one step at a time a minute. Hang on. Because for a start, this... Why is that? Take a bit of that release off. And let's take that one there and put it up there. Well, that's not liking that very much. So 2, 3 and bump, 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 bump. Ah, it's that second one that's so far out, that's why it sounds a bit nerfish. Okay. Let's not go too mad. Oh, mate, look at you. Straight in there, son. Good lad. Thanks very much, D.A.W. See, the more of them we get, then I get an extra hour to play with. And stick around. And to chat to you guys. You know what I mean? How wonderfully. Thanks, buddy. Whoop, whoop yourself, mate. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Thank you, mate. Cracking on here, though, mate. Cracking on, you know. Work to be done. So let's just check in with this again. I know it's a lot of listening to it back, guys, but you know it's worth it in the end. See, that one was out. I'm listening for the ones that are out rather than doing every single one. I'm listening for the ones that stand out as wrong because it's a better way of doing it, really. So you can't have them that far out because it's just too much. I didn't realise they were that far out. But if you notice, I'm not doing every single one, so it's dead on. I'm doing it so there's a little bit of relaxed attitude to this one. Because sometimes it's best to leave a little bit of relaxed sort of attitude to it. You know? Excuse me. You are excused. Oh, thank you very much. Graffiti, you with me? Hello? Hey, Graffiti. What I've decided to do on my last show is when I write a track, I'm going to spend a little bit more time titivating. So a little bit more time on the actual track. So that's in 2 shows. Is it 2 shows after this one? Yeah, 2 shows after this one. Because this is now track 98 that we're on here. Crazy. Nearly 100 Night Rider tracks. It's just amazing. There's been more than 100 shows of Night Rider, because on some of them I didn't even write a whole tune in the early days. Too busy chatting and stuff, you know. Whereas I've realised that, you know, I come on, say hello and get on with it, you know, is the best way. Oh, why are they so far off then? That's really bad. Anyway, let's I want to end that earlier. So this bit here, let's make that whole thing. Let's move this across, and I'm going to double these up. Double them up. Double it up, mate. And then we're going to go into that bit there. So, oh, what's this? Oh, D.A.W, mate. He's at it again. Look at him. Thank you, young man. Mate. Blinding, buddy. Thank you again. You are very most generous. You are. Tears to my eyes, mate. Tears to my eyes. Cheers, fella. I do appreciate it. As you know I do. Well, what am I doing here? Oh yeah. This isn't the be all and end all. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't panic. Where are we? Oh, yeah. I know what I want. It's a very unusual beat, but I want to try it, see if it'll work. Whoa, Scott. Hello, mate. Long time no see, and then he comes with straight away with a two-banger. Thanks, bud. That's 3 to the goal we've got already. Blinding, mate. Good man. Nice to see you as well, mate. I haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, boy. Look at that. Nice one, mate. Nice one. So an extra hour's on its way, mate. If we can get 2 more, we're booming. Let's see if we can get this bloody beat right. See, I know what I want. It's just getting it. Let's see if this bit's right. Yep. And ba-da, ba-da. Ba-da. Boom, boom. Pa. Ba-bum. Ba-dum. Bum. Ba-dum. Ba-dum. Ba. Let's try this again. one there is supposed to be a bass drum. See, I only want this really for the lead up. Let's see if it works here though. There we go. Right, so now I can go to the straight. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Oh, thank you, thank you, Holden. Look, I got to do the traditional, ain't I? Thank you, Holden. There we go. Bless his little cotton socks getting hold of Mummy and Daddy's credit card. Good lad. He's learning early. Yeah, see? Brilliant. That's brilliant. I love it. Thank you, Holden. Thank you. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful, very beautiful. Right. I can't concentrate now. Let's just check this a second. Oh, no, I didn't want to record that. Whoa, he's up, son. Hi, Judy, as well, by the way. That's not right. I need a different beat than that. Let's keep it straight. What would I do if I got the timing right? Don't laugh at me. Don't like it. I wonder if the double would work. I think that might work. Let's just tidy this and use this, and because it's a bit of a beat, this one, isn't it, and a half. Okay, whoa, that's it. That one there. That one there. That one there. Lovely. Get that in there like that. Boom. Look at that. It's keeping the essence of this, see, look. Oh, mate, look at you. Straight in. Look, hey. Thanks, buddy. That's it. Already. Goal. Hello, Kafida. Fancy seeing you here, lovey. All right, are you? Oh, that's nice. Nice to see you, Kafida.
You too, nice to meet you. I don't know how you get your voice that high.
Hi, everybody. It's Kafida.
Must have something to do with singing. What?
How are you enjoying the show so far? Rubbish! Hey, don't say that. That's not nice.
It doesn't sound like rubbish. It sounds fine to me.
Right, okay. That's jolly good. Now, for some
sounds
reason,
like you're coming The song's coming together.
What mic are you using tonight?
Huh?
What mic are you using tonight?
The cell.
Okay, right. Don't touch any volumes. I've just set it perfectly.
Okay.
Okay, good. That's good. Blinding. So, ladies and
Turn
gentlemen,
up my volume,
look
though.
at this. Look at this. Just thank you very much, everybody. Everybody that contributed. Really appreciate it. There we go. And yeah, we can just sit back
Yeah, I
now,
can hear.
relax. Oh, I still got a track to write. I still want to write the track though within the couple of hours, because then we can just play a few tracks, can't we? You know, have a little chat maybe. You know,
Turn this thing around.
I know
My volume's-
Kafita's always got something to interrupt me with. I mean, to talk about.
Stop that. Stop that, miss. Volume's up.
So anyway, where are we? Oh yeah, I was doing this, wasn't I? Let me do this. Here we go. Lovely, lovely jubbly. And I see that Steve and who else was it who's turned red? Or was it just Steve? No, I think Nicole is as well, isn't she? Midnight Society. I think her avatar's turned red as well. The little outline of the you can't see it. You can't see it on the screen up here. If I share it, it won't show that. But it's red. So he's passed 24 months. So it means Steve's been a member for a whole year. Yeah, wicked. And 13 past midnight, Nicole. I'm pretty sure I saw her as red as well, which was great. Anywho, let's join these two together. Like that, and then let's duplicate that, and let's join those two together. Like that, and now let's get some hi-hats and crashes and blah 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 and that. I think if I was playing, I think I'd double up them hi-hats. I'm pretty sure. If I was drumming it. Yeah, I definitely would. But all I need to do is get one set of them tidied. So I'm not going to go all silly and start doing every single one for hours and hours and hours. I'll get one tidied. Why is that gone off? That's right. Middle. So get rid of that one then. There we go. Get them in 9. So I need 2 of them. So there you go. That's all I need is that front bit. Let's zoom in here, get that nice and even. Now if I duplicate that a few times, there we go. Go to there like that, and go like that, and there we go. But what I want is, you want a crash, yeah. That's a nice crash as well. I think I got a better one than that though. It's a bit crunchy, that one. Wow, it's a bit too much. There you go. We want that doubled up. All says. Literally nothing. Right, okay. Hello, Captain Ron. How you doing? Good to see ya. It's Captain Ron 7. Reminds me of Blake 7. Don't know if anybody remembers that. Glad to hear it, mate. Glad to hear it, Ron. Good. It's always good when people are doing well. Tell what this reminds. Tangerine Dream. A track by Tangerine Dream. I can't remember what track it is, but it's on the something with eyes in it. Can't remember now.
I thought it was something like Dreaming in Tangerine or.
No. I'm talking about a band called Tangerine Dream.
Oh, okay.
Right, so all I want is that first bit and then I'll repeat it, but I've got to make sure that that's... Oh, you... That should be perfect now. Oh, didn't I do the third one? No. Didn't think so. So there's 3 of them. Right, okay. Let's have a little bit of fun here, see what we can... Cheronator! Mate, that's nice of you, buddy. Look at that, look.
Howdy, Stephen.
Oh, mate, nice to see you, mate. I hope you're all right, mate. Me old cock and my shady. Hey, you know, oh, YouTube's playing up on me. Okay. Oh, thanks, mate. You lurk as much as you want, mate. That's it. You lurk. Lurky McLurker from Lurkerson. You know? Thanks, buddy. That's very much appreciated. Very unusual track. I like it. Makes sure I haven't written something unusual for a while. What I want is a transitional beat now, though, into each bit. Maybe it's not that beat then. That's pretty much what I want. See it. Well, we need to transition back into
Wait,
back into the.
did Henry name this earlier? Sky dolphins, or
Yeah.
I forget what it was. Something
Yeah.
the dolphins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been named. It's been
Okay.
named Space Dolphins.
Space dolphin. Okay. Save often
Yeah,
stupid.
that's what it's going to be called. Space Dolphins.
SOS.
As named by Mr. Henry Nelson.
Whoop, whoop.
I messed up. Thought it was slightly wrong. Slightly. Right, so that'll go right there like that. 1 hour 24 minutes in so far, and pretty much. So that's another chorus, isn't it? Maybe the other way round on that. Let's. Lovely jubbly. And then we go and do that to there.
You could have added some bongos and called it
I'll
McConaughey.
do what I blooming well want, girly.
Woman. Oh. Do as you please, sir.
All right, thanks. I think I will.
Usually
Very
do.
nice of you. Very nice of you to say so, Kafida. Thank you.
Just seeing if he's paying attention.
Yeah, good job too, because I wasn't. Let's copy that across like that, so then it goes in like this. I'm sure at the end of that, it just caught a note. So let's make sure we get rid of that. Shorten that note slightly. Oh, because that didn't need to be held anyway, so. Lovely. Beautiful. So, without further ado,
Ear break? Or are you done?
well,
Almost.
yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh,
I knew
well,
you'd understand, Kavita. I knew it.
when to play the track again in full, or are you taking an ear break? I'm confused.
Yes, no, I could take an ear break. I could, couldn't I?
Oh, you haven't yet, have you?
I haven't
you
taken an ear break. No.
played
But you know
the
how I like to do this? I like to play the track through so it's something to tag in the show at the end, right? But then we're gonna have like a whole hour and a half of chat and music anyway. So I'll get this bit done and then we're done,
Okay.
aren't we? We're done with this tune, you know? Do you know what I mean?
Indeed. That leaves numero uno.
Well, you know, let's make sure this is lined up right though, because we don't want this having too much trail off either.
One little number left.
And that should do enough for the trail off anyway. There we go. I'll do just a little bit more. Alright, okay. Now then. So we got that all the way to the end. File, save as. There we go. And it is, what are we calling it? Space Dolphins. Okay. Number 98. Space Dolphins. It works. It does work. It's very odd. I like it. So, Space Dolphins, and then I'm just going to briefly record it off, which takes 2 seconds, as you know. Don't take long.
FYI, according to Henry, dolphins do not play bongos.
No, they don't. That's another reason why I didn't put bongos in that little gap, because I didn't think it was correct. I didn't think it was the right thing to do. You know, in my opinion, you were completely wrong for even suggesting such a task.
I should be ashamed of myself.
Well, I was going to say that, but I didn't want to slap you down whilst you're already down.
You'll look over at this one time.
That's it. Yeah, you know, and I'm sorry for thinking what I thought. You don't want to know what I was thinking.
Well, you just keep that to yourself, young man.
I will. I'll tell you after the show.
Oh, okay.
I'll
be waiting for
no
that.
one else can hate me for what I've got to say as well.
You have piqued my curiosity.
Yeah, your curiosity should be piqued. Do you know who I am? Yeah. Right, here we go. Space Dolphins being exported as we speak. 325. Here we go. Let's get this done. Look at this, eh? Woohoo! See, again, look. It's actually less than 1.5 hours, really, because you have to consider that I did chat for about, 10, 15 minutes? So it turns out it's usually about 1 hour, 1 hour. Say, let's be generous. 1 hour 20 minutes. No,
And
that's
as
not
you
bad.
usually do. You played last week's song to get into, which you usually do, but you know.
Well,
it
yeah, as well. Yeah, I
takes a
played
few
last
minutes kind
week's
of time.
tune as well, and chatted a little bit. Then I had to set up everything. Yeah,
And all the thank yous
that's all.
to the donos.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the thank yous, and call it Cherinator Rocks. No, mate. No. I'll call it Cherinator Needs a Rocking Chair and a pipe. Oh, mate. No, mate. No, I want actual titles. I like actual titles, that have no relevance to anything apart from the track that it's about. That's the goal. It's not always a great goal, mind, but, Right, let's copy that. And now we can go to each one of these and paste it in there. There we go. That one there.
Well, you should make me one called Things That Go Bump in the Night.
That one there.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's a bit generic, though, isn't it? Do you know
Well,
what I mean?
what would you call it then? A spooky tune.
Tumultuous nights, or
Trepidation. Walking on eggshells.
Shiver in the moonlight. Moonlight shivers.
Kind of like that.
Anyway, right, it's irrelevant. We've got 2 more tracks to do now on Night Rider. So, so this track is number 98.
Not
It's
number
called Space
Dolphins.
Space Dolphins. Okay. So, mute yourself. Good girl. Well done. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Space Dolphins. Bass dolphins. Yeah. That's all right. Got away with it, didn't I? Hey,
Time
got
after
away
time.
with it.
You sure did.
Hey, and that is all that matters, because like I said, it's not about it being the greatest tune on earth. It's about showing the process, and I do that every time. I'm sure you'll agree. So, Kafida,
Yes.
seeing as you're my mate, and you decided to actually join me,
Yes.
and why didn't you tell me the scrolling bar is still saying starting soon when it's been going for an hour?
I thought you wanted it that way.
Well, no, because it's not starting soon. No, it's been started for a lot.
I
I've done
didn't
that
notice.
before.
I didn't
I've
notice.
got so many things to remember, see, and juggle around when I start the show.
Hey,
You
I
know,
have
so
noticed before, but not this time. I forgot
yeah,
to.
well, no one else has either, and no one's even told me. So, proves how observant people are, because they're not looking at the scrolling bar. See, I don't blame them. You know,
I occasionally
obviously,
do.
I keep that there because if people come in, come that have never been before,
But we
that
see
explains a little bit as well.
you see it so much on news channels or something, or I used to,
Yeah,
like headline news or
yeah,
something.
that's it. I think this
Football
bar is
score.
a little bit squished, if you ask me, and it could be a bit bolder. You know, I mean, it's all right if you just put the static ones up, sort of thing.
See, I just now happened to look at it. I'd done, you
Yeah,
retain that for a few seconds and then forget. And I just happened to look right at it, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, he just mentioned that." I may
like
have caught it had
if
you
I do
waited
that
15
one, see
seconds.
if I do that one, look, it stands out.
Yeah. No, that's too large stuff.
Yeah, it's too large for this, but yeah. So yeah, that's really true. That.
Unless you could have that pop up in intervals, or like every 10 minutes or something, or every 2 minutes with a new title or something. But
Yeah. So
set it once and add it as a favorite or something. But
so
they don't have
let
that.
me just, ladies and gentlemen, choose a number between 1 and 98 now, but 97. Let's just leave it as 91, between 1 and 97. And you can hear that track that you choose. Not you, Kafida. It excludes you, Kafida, because you're with me.
I didn't drop a number at all.
No, that's it. So there's
If
D-Rock,
somebody doesn't, then you
Henry,
pick
Cherinator,
D-Rock,
Sophie
Sophie,
Littleford.
Judy.
Um,
You fine folks. Pick a number.
who else we got?
1 to
Who
97.
else we got? We still got Steve in there somewhere. I suspect he's still listening. Captain Ron, he's here. John Keller, you're still here, aren't you? Yeah, someone, come on, just someone pick a number. It's really not hard. Just randomly pick a number. It helps me out because then I can just play that one, and then it's your fault, not mine. It's a joke. It's just a little joke. It's just a joke.
There you go.
72 from John Keller. There we go. See, that didn't hurt too much,
Ding,
did
ding,
it, mate?
ding. Winner, winner.
Ding,
Chicken
ding.
dinner.
You've won a prize. And the prize is your record. So 72. Let's see
And
what title.
23 on cue.
Oh, 72 and 23. Right, okay, right.
And 54
So I should
after
play
that.
those two in succession. Hang on. Oh, this is Out to the Dawn, if you remember this one. Now, funny enough, Sophie. Not Sophie. Judy. That's because I was thinking, was it Sophie that asked? No, it was Judy. Funny enough, number 23 is the startup tune for this show. But I'm still willing to put it on if that's still what you want. Just give me a Y for yes or an N for no and choose another number, or just choose another number if you don't want this one. But if you want it, I will just whack it on now. Because I'm not scared. I'm not. I'll play it again. I have got no fear. Come on, Judy. Come on. Yeah, okay. Here we go then. Let's play it. So,
Can we also pick
oh, you are
originals?
still there, Kafida?
Yeah. Can we also pick originals?
Yeah, well, yeah, you know.
Pick an original,
There
a
was
number.
there's a lot of musicians from Brooklyn. I'm pretty sure Bing Crosby, I think, was one. I can't remember who else. I'm pretty sure he was though. But I mean, Brooklyn was very famous for some music. Hang on, let me just do this a second. Music artists. Brooklyn. Yeah, here we go. Pat Benatar. Bands from Brooklyn. Lou Reed. Mos Def. Hip hop. Lil Kim.
D'Angelo? Well,
Um,
maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
I know there's absolutely loads. I know Jay-Z, Brooklyn, Lou Reed, like I said, Pat Benatar, most famous. Yeah, Little Kim, not really familiar with her. Big Daddy Kane. They Might Be Giants. Fabulous. Their Notations. Foxy Brown. Grizzly Bear. There's just loads. You know, it's almost Motown. Do you know what I mean? There's so many. But these are people that actually came from there. Oh yeah, Buddy Rich was from Brooklyn. I'm pretty sure though. Yeah, Neil Sedaka, there you go. He was from Brooklyn. Harry Nilsson. Steve Stevens. Blimey. There's some of these I haven't heard of, but so there's no point in. I'm talking about, you know, obviously there's come, you know, that we've ended up hearing of as well. Nuts. But yeah, a lot of artists. I'm just scrolling through. There's just absolutely loads. Fat Boys, ever heard of them? I don't know. I know Fat Boy Slim.
Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand, did she come
Neil
from there?
Diamond.
Yeah, Neil did, didn't he? Yeah.
Biggie.
See, why isn't his name right up there at the top? That's out of order, isn't it?
Aaliyah. Eddie
never
Rabbitt,
heard
a
of
country singer. Eddie Murphy. It's artists.
Yeah, old Eddie.
singers.
Yeah, but he's not musical. I was talking, you know, music. I'm talking music here.
His name's
You know?
artists from Brooklyn. I guess like
I mean,
theater and music.
Eddie Murphy did do a record, but it didn't do much, you know. Didn't do much at all.
Laura Jones, Busta Rhymes, Lena Horne.
Party all the time. That's it, D-Rock. Yeah. I didn't want to sing it. I do that. Party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. And you want to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time.
Barry Manilow. Barry Manilow.
Eddie Murphy and singing. Just, no, Eddie. No, Eddie, you're a funny guy.
Or did you say Manilow? Barry Manilow?
Stay in your lane, dude.
Cyndi
Stay in
Lauper.
your lane. Eddie Murphy is one of the few guys from Hollywood and that I actually like.
There's another page, but Barry
Oh
Manilow
no, it
and
just goes
Cyndi
on and
Lauper.
on. Honestly,
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brooklyn, right? Brooklyn, New York, mate. Just so many artists.
It must have
So
been the
many.
hubbub of the day or something, like Record Capital or one of the big record places, companies or something might have been there. And I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember what record company it was, but there's a lot of hip hop and stuff came from there as well, in there, Brooklyn. Didn't
TV on the
Marky Mark and the
radio.
Funky? Didn't Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch come from there?
Oh, I'm pretty
Because
sure they're Brooklyn.
Mark Wahlberg, which is Marky Mark, right?
And the Funky
Mark
Bunch. Yeah.
Wahlberg, he got done as a kid because he blinded a nipper, didn't he? He blinded someone in one eye. Yeah, he blinded someone in one eye. I can't remember how he did it, but he blinded another kid.
Have you ever heard of TV on the radio? A pop rock alternative band?
No.
Mm.
There's a lot of those artists. That's why I skipped through a lot of them, because a lot of them, I wasn't aware of here in England, and I was talking, worldwide,
Eddie Money.
world known. Who?
Eddie Money.
Never heard of him.
I have.
Like I said, I had the list here anyway. It just kept going and going and going and going. Look, I'll share these it, right? This is what I had up. It's a right ranker, right? But it just kept going. Look.
What am I on? It was Wikipedia, but I didn't recognize any names.
I'd never do Wikipedia, ever.
Allmusic.com.
I do not trust Wikipedia one little bit. And no
they
one
did get
should.
a little better, but you can still change whatever. Adam Sandler's from Brooklyn.
Adam Sandler is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you guys might recognize some of these, but I just don't.
Which I've
Like I say, I'm not talking about actors or anything like that, because obviously there's actors as well. But I'm just doing musicians, not anybody who came from bloody Brooklyn, because we'll be here forever.
Okay, but what do you you just picked a place and wondered, or what?
Sorry?
What's that on the brain? Did you just pick a place and wonder? Or?
No, look what T-shirt I've got on.
Okay. Yeah.
It says Brooklyn.
I wonder if the Beastie Boys are from Brooklyn. Possible.
What, No Sleep Till Brooklyn or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or any Beastie Boys members from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir. There you go.
Adam
Charlie
Yonch
Dominici.
may have been the only true Brooklynite of the three.
What's that?
Adam Yonch, Yaunch, may have been the only true Brooklynite of the three.
No, you've lost me.
One of the Beastie Boys.
Load more. Here we go. How about this? Should we have a look at what musicians came from Southampton? Right, my
I bet
side
there's
of the
a few.
border. You'll be
little
surprised. You
Yeah.
will be surprised at this. Right, so
Give us a hint before you say one.
hang on.
Trivia.
Yeah, this is just a bit of fun. Yeah.
Okay, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm going dark for just a minute.
Here we go. Here we go. It's on Ranker again. That's good, isn't it? List of famous bands from Southampton. It don't necessarily mean bands. Howard Jones. Craig David. Craig David, actually, he came from, oh, God, St. Mary's. Artful Dodger. Times of Grace, don't know. Delays, Les Flood, no. Howard Ellis, no idea. D.A.W. DJ Format, no idea. Roger McKenzie. I should be on here somewhere, shouldn't I? Yeah, so not many, but them ones up the top, like Howard Jones. I mean, Howard Jones has been world famous for absolute years, and Craig David made it quite big, and you know who Artful Dodger is as well. So that's DJ group, though. Really, they're not really musicians. R&B, rhythm and blues. I wouldn't say that, but hey. Okay. Hang on a minute. I'm pretty sure I... Best new wave British heavy metal bands. That's not what I asked for, is it? Yeah, you won't believe how many heavy metal bands are from the UK, though. Generally, every single one that you all love. You know, most people love. All from like Newcastle and Manchester. But you know, listen, it was a little bit of a side track, wasn't it, from the norm of what I do. But I see, I like things like that now and then. Just in front of you, just Google it, have a little look, see who's there. You know what I mean? Let's refresh this. Come on now. Come on now, YouTube. Come on, sort yourself out, mate. Sort it out. Sort it out. Anyway, Kafida, you chose it. I'm playing it.
Liam, but to mess your mind up.
Well, Kafida, you're asking for tracks as well that aren't in the Night Rider collection, but I'll let you off just this
I
once.
thought you said originals. That's what I meant by originals. Well, there's
Well,
one I
yeah.
want to hear Thursday.
Go on. On
As it
Thursday.
ends. As it ends. I don't think I've ever heard it on the show. Ever.
Do you mean it? You mean at its end?
Yeah.
At its end. I'll play that in a minute if you want.
Well, that's an original. It's not a Night Rider track.
Yeah, no, it's not a Night Rider track, no, but it is an
Well,
original.
okay.
So I'll let you off. But in the meantime, you've already chosen two.
Well, somebody contest it. Throw in another one. Got to fill up the musical hour now.
Anyway, this is The Prey. He's hoping. Yeah, I wrote that about my mate, who's he was in the army, and then he came out of the army. He was a doorman and the close protection for famous artists. And like I said, you should never judge someone who's just stood there on the door saying, "Not tonight, sir. You're looking a little bit worse for wear. I don't think you're coming in tonight." You don't realise that man has seen people's heads blown off. You know what I mean? Watch shrapnel going to his other mates and stuff. You know, and had to shoot people as well. You know, and yeah, some people want to get drunk and bad mouth those guys that are on the door, not realising, you know, what they've seen and what they know.
Come looking for trouble, they'll get it.
Yeah, exactly that. If you come looking for trouble and you push it too far, mate, I mean, you're dealing with someone that is, you know, I mean, my mate is hench.
Give
I mean,
them a reason. That's all they need, just a reason.
He's like, he's like a Marine would be, you know, he's just frigging hench.
They deal with that every night and day and try to contain yourself.
I know who I'd be standing behind, mate, if I was in trouble, sort of thing. You know, do you know what I mean? You know, and on no disrespect to women, but it wouldn't be a woman; it'd be him, Mr. Hench. You know. Embrace gender differences, people. Embrace gender differences. Women are beautiful nurturers. You know. Women nurture, men destroy.
Enraging and calming men since the beginning of time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, Kafida, your other choice.
Yes.
Was Know Where We're Going.
Huh? What?
How far do we have to go?
Good one.
How far do we have to go? So, Kafida, just to please you,
Yes, sir.
right? Just to please you, and also to keep you from, annoying me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I said it.
I forgot what I wanted. Well, maybe. I mean, I think I know.
Here we go.
As you leave again, you close the door. It would be better for us both for sure. Never gonna be a slave to love. You can find someone else that gives up. And can you tell me why you're still here? What's the message that you got not clear? Don't wanna talk about it anymore. It's our time to agree that we disagree. It's out of 10. It's admitting the truth. It's a pointless pursuit. It's out of 10. Have you listened to a word I've said? 'Cause your voice is getting to my head. Can't take this anymore. It's a time to agree that we disagree. It's out of 10. It's admitting the truth. It's a pointless pursuit. It's out of 10. It's out of 10. It's out of 10. It's our time to agree that we disagree. It's out of 10. It's admitting the truth. It's a pointless pursuit. It's out of 10. It's out of 10. It's out of 10. It's out of 10.
Yeah,
Now
that's
I
the
have
final.
heard it on the show.
That's the final track on
Power plant.
our plan. Yeah, it's the final track. Kind of makes
I'll
sense.
drop the link to the album. Just in a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, they're all on there. They're all on there. Yeah, I've got all the albums in their own playlist on there.
Mutants Descent, Power plant.
Yep. Yeah, the guitar on was it that album?
Let me double check that. Not sure.
No, because Our Plan and Destination Nowhere, that's Stag playing guitar on those ones. On Turning Point, that was Larry. You just got here, you had to search. Oh dear. That's a bit wrong, Butterfly Girl, isn't it? It's nice to see you though. How lovely.
Yeah, it's the
Well, I don't understand why people don't get notifications. It's like on Saturday I had 1,264 subscribers, and today I've got 1,261 subscribers. Like I said, YouTube plays games with people as if everybody's a bot. I don't think everybody's a bot, and it really annoys me. Their ethics. Yeah, I'm not going there, but
it was Lee. It was yours, Lee. I've always got yours, I believe. Or I have for the longest time anyway.
you've always what?
Got your notifications. Now sometimes if
Yeah.
I've got it on the channel though, waiting for chats and stuff to come up or show to start, it won't. I can find it on my phone and the TV's not playing, but today yours kicked right in. It started playing the music and stuff.
There you go, look. And it's saying I've had one extra subscriber in the last 28 days. Well, that's bull for a start.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because
You've
in
had
the
more
last
of it.
28 days ago, I had 1,258, if you recall. Or 56 it even went down to, didn't it?
What they're throttling you, governing you or something.
I'll tell you now, I reckon I'm shadow banned for some odd reason. They probably just don't like my the colour of my hair. It's not blue.
Not the right color.
You know, yeah. So, you know, and I'm not yay Greenpeace. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. I really try not to get too wrapped up, but you know, it's really annoying, really annoying when you know, you work hard and you just get. Yeah, you have them set the bell notification as well. You know, the top one. You know, for all notifications. If you got that one done. Because, like I said, I just don't understand what their ethos is. You know, because I said that's what you get for letting an AI bot do your work for you because you're too lazy to do it yourself. You know, you can't tell me they make billions, that company, and they can't employ people. You know, you're supposed to have like a your own worker sort of thing, not your own one, but you know, one that deals with, you know, YouTubers. But all you get when you try to chat to them is a bot. You don't get a real person. You get a bot, and then you get bot responses. And then
Auto
when you
response
ask,
emails.
then when you go on to Twitter and you hashtag team YouTube, you again get a bot response. It's absolutely atrocious. You know, it's their company ethics and moral standard is just really low. Their customer care is absolutely abhorrent. It's disgraceful. Like I said, when it's YouTubers that make their money. If it wasn't for YouTubers, they wouldn't have any money because
They have so much money now, they just don't care.
They
don't care anymore.
They take whatever super chats people give. If someone gives me a pound, for instance, they take 40 pence of that. I get 60 pence out of every pound. They take 40 pence. For what? They didn't do any of this content. They just gave me the platform to be able to do it on. But they make money off of advertisements as well, don't forget. Allowing adverts on everybody's stuff. That's not enough for them. See, they also need to take your hard earnings as well.
Just never
and then hold your channel back instead of boosting it up to make more money for them. Yeah, it's a screwy thing. I've no idea what their ethos is. It's just strange. But if you're the right kind of person, they boost you right up. Don't worry about that. I'm just not the right kind of person, you know, and music channels in general anyway, well, at least on my level. You know, if you're a famous artist, I mean, as soon as you open up a YouTube channel, you'll go straight to the top. You'll have millions of subscribers because people have heard of you. But when you're someone like myself, who's just a nobody, you know, an unknown nobody, you know, I don't know. People aren't taking any sort of risk to come and look at my channel. Then, you know, there's no risk involved, is there? Just take a look. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But you know, but it's like they'll look at the channel name or whatever and not click on it and not come to it because I haven't got a million followers. If I had a million subscribers or whatever, people would come and look just for the sake of looking because I've got that many subscribers. You know. But it is what it is. And like I said, I don't want to cry about it, but
lots of people think they're musicians now because they can press tap to make an AI song.
Oh, mate, don't. Yeah,
so
ask an AI bot to make them a record by putting in directions.
Real.
Yeah, people are doing
techniques.
that. Yeah, just putting in. Oh, I want a soundtrack that sounds like the 80s with you know, or whatever, and then the bot just comes up with it, and then people claim it like they've wrote it themselves. That's not writing a tune. What I do is writing a tune. You know? what other musicians do who actually make music together in a band. That's writing a tune. AI bot writing a tune is not writing a tune. It's allowing a bot
Actual
to do
tangible, playable instruments that you add your stuff with your ears and instead of just think
So
on
I
your
don't
phone.
understand, because what it'll do is, if people stopped learning to play instruments, thing is, learning to play an instrument, it teaches you discipline, timing, sustainability. Because if you can stick with learning to play an instrument, you'll stick with anything to go through anything, because it's a long process. It's not I'm going to pick this instrument up today and play it and become proficient in it. It's a lifetime goal. It's something you can never get to the end of.
I always want to get better.
The thing is that they're the best goals. An unachievable goal is the goal that you want, the one that's never got an ending to it, because you've always got something to strive for. If you complete a goal, that goal's done and dusted. If you're better off having something that's out of reach that you can just constantly go for. Yeah, and now you get 60-second shorts, right? Like John's saying, and all that does is makes people have a low attention span.
Oh, they're upping it to 3 minutes, which is still
but it's
a little bit
still
longer format
bad
than
for the youth. It's like TikTok and these 30-second things and that 60-second things. It's really bad for people just scrolling. They don't pay it. They're not paying attention. They might see it, but they're not really. It doesn't sink in. It's not long enough. It's not long enough, and it, like I said, it causes people to have a short attention span, and I think that's the goal. So that when children go to school, they don't concentrate on anything, and they don't learn anything, and therefore they don't progress, and then therefore they're no threat to anybody else. Certain countries that have problem with the West. I think that's what it is. I think it's been invented on purpose. I think those tools are done on purpose to undermine our Western society. And it may sound far-fetched to you, but I'm telling you now, those are the sort of things they do. You destroy a country by creating division and making people dumb. That's how you do it. Because then they haven't got the intellect to be able to fight back against it. Short attention spans are a very, very bad thing. I know people already that will not sit and watch a whole film. Because they haven't got the attention span. They get bored in 30 seconds. Funny that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Luckily for me...
Do you want to hear a few seconds of a song or the full song? Yeah, I'd rather watch a half-hour show than just a minute.
Luckily for me, my son Bailey, we often sit together. Do you know what we watched? The last film we watched together was...
Occasionally, but not a lot. Those shorts.
The last film my son Bailey and I, my son's 15, he's 16 this year. The last film we watched together was The Godfather Part 1. And he loved it. Because it's an actual story.
He is a godfather.
Well, it's just great storytelling.
Well, you are a godfather.
I am a godfather as well, yeah.
I mean, you're godparents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chief, you're snoring.
So what's that, John? What's this? What's John say? I did a highlight reel of my local pro indoor soccer team. Yes, soccer. You're talking to an Englishman here, mate.
Football?
You mean football, mate?
No, soccer. You mean football.
And my indoor football team yesterday only got 20 views, including team sharing it on their page. I took a short from... Yeah, there you go. You took a 30-second clip from it or whatever, and you got 1,000 views. There you go. You see what you see? But that's not views as you would see it, as we would see it, okay? Because you and I, John, we'd see it as a view is a view. where someone actually watches and observes and, absorbs something. What those views are is someone clicked on it, sort of mindlessly watched for 30 seconds and then came off.
It was a highlight reel to start with,
It's just, sorry, Kat. What?
It's a highlight reel to start with.
Yeah, exactly. It's highlights as it is. So it's they've only got to sit through highlights, which is all the best bits. And I suspect you put in a lot of work into that as well. I'll have to have a look at that later on, mate. But calling it soccer, mate,
Yeah,
you're gonna upset me, mate.
Somebody pick a number. Pick a number.
Nah, mate. I'm only joking, mate. It's because I'm English, mate. It's football to us. I understand with you guys because you've already got what you call football, which is American football. I get it. I get that's why you call it soccer, so people can differentiate.
Because you don't have football.
Yeah, I'm not having a go in the slightest, Moose. You know me, mate. I'm just, me. I like to have a laugh and poke at people. You can do the same to me, mate. I won't cry, but please don't. I'm only little. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably talking like five-a-side football, though, as we call it. Yeah, we call it five-a-side. You probably had 5 people aside. And that's what we do over here. Our indoor football is five-a-side football. On like a basketball court. In our gyms, because we have basketball over here, mate. Funny enough. Anyway, come on. Someone pick a number then. Come on. Be brave. It's only a
1
number.
to 97. Or if you want to hear the new one again. But
Wow, the new one has been...
98.
Well, not thrown away, actually. It's still there. It's still there.
Or an original. Throw something at him.
Football Rapido. 84, you got it, John. Anything for you, mate. Anything. Even though you called football soccer. Well, I'll let you off.
You're a miss.
Oh, it's the innocent one. This one Steve Stockton likes. 84. The innocent one. Well. I don't know why that started again.
Artifact. Play us out with Artifact.
Sorry?
No Artifact?
No.
No. Oh.
No, absolutely
oh dear.
not.
How tragic.
You should know the time. It's
Yeah.
10:02. By the time you ramble off your blooming rambles.
I have a feeling it's time for Artifact. What time is it? And I went to go look and I saw that color through this corner of my eye. And I'm like, what?
I was like, no. She says, no.
Stop that. Stop that mess.
Well, you know what they say. All good things must come to an end.
Mm.
So, I mean...
They also say the band must play on.
No, that's only when they're on stage and you've paid like £500 a ticket. Anyway, listen. Kafida, say your little bit, mate, and I'm going to kick you out.
You said that you had something to tell me after the show. You probably never forgot. A comment. You were picking on me. I was aggravating you. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, 6 p.m. Eastern until your time changes. And for, it's an hour. Never mind, I messed it up.
Yeah.
When does your time change?
Yeah. Sometime. I don't know.
June,
something like that. Maybe.
So it would be 7 p.m. 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Huh?
I don't know. Don't confuse me. I'm only little.
Okay, it'd be 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 11 GMT. 6 Central, 7 Eastern, 11 GMT until June.
Right. Okay. So thanks very much, Kafida, for joining me tonight.
Our time changed. Yeah. Lee's changes.
Well, your time's already changed, has it?
Yeah, we sprung forward. Yeah.
Right. So my show's on at 6 o'clock for you now. Then 7 o'clock. Sorry for you.
7. It's normally 6.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, Kafida, wave ta-ta. I'm going to kick you out right now.
Come back here Thursday. Leave a comment. Lee loves your comments.
Bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that part of the show where I must go. Blah, blah, blah. Boobity boo. Boo. I know, I heard you saying it. Boo. I know. But I can't stay all night. I have morning commitments. It's called getting up in the morning. And if I stayed longer, I'm never going to get up. As it is, I have like 4 hours sleep by the time I get to sleep. So as I always say, thank you very much to the moderators, to the members. You're wonderful. Thanks very much for all the kind donations tonight. I really appreciate that. And to all the lurkers and all the people in white, you're all just absolutely amazing. Thanks for sticking around and putting up with me, and and come back here on Thursday, like I say, and we'll just sit and chat, and I'll play a load of music. On Radio 1FA, back-to-back original tracks. It's a full pint of rock made not off. Yeah, Radio 1FA in the mix. Yeah, that's Thursday. That'll be fun. It's always fun. So, as I always say, live in the moment. Because the only time that matters is now. There's only now. See you later, guys. Thank you very much. Tomorrow
the only time that matters is now. Time is not